I'm Jamila Lemieux, senior editor for Ebony magazine, and I am sitting here with the one and only Mother Rosebud, Amber Rose.
Hi, babe.
So we're talking about her exciting new book, How to Be a Bad Bitch, and all things Amber. I'd like to know, how long have you considered yourself to be a feminist? Were you a feminist 12-year-old and maybe you just didn't use that word back then, or is this something that came to you later in life?
I definitely always loved girls. I always wanted a lot of girlfriends. I won't say I was a feminist for a long time. I definitely used to slut shame women just because I feel like I was raised like that. I feel like as a culture, we were all raised like that. And as I got older, I realized like that's not cool. And you know, kind of just living the double standards and just seeing the world in a different light. It just brought more awareness to my feminism, and now I'm an extreme activist feminist, which is so much fun.
What about the pushback? What about people who maybe liked you as a pinup girl and said, okay, she used to strip, she's in pictures with her body showing, I like that, but now that you're using your voice.
I'm still doing that, because it's fun too.
Absolutely, but now that you're raising your voice, some, particularly men, right, that loved you in the magazine.
It's particularly women.
Really?
Which is extremely unfortunate.
Why do you think we're so hard on other women?
Like I said, I think that's how we grow up, because I was that girl.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I wrote this book, because I was that person that most women are today, but I live my life in a more positive light as far as feminism goes.
How do you think we can encourage young women to feel comfortable either being sexual or not being sexual? Or the girl who's like, hey, I think what Amber does is great, but I don't feel comfortable bearing that much of myself. Like, how do we create a world in which all women feel comfortable living in their own skin?
Well, I feel like we need to embrace each other more. We need to compliment each other more. I also am not promoting promiscuity. I'm not telling girls to go out and take nude pictures on the internet, or pictures in thongs, or anything that I do. Like, don't look up to me. This is my path in life. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? This book is not like I'm perfect, so do everything that I do.
Right.
That's not what my book is about. My book is to have your own vision of yourself and go with that vision and be confident in that vision of yourself. You don't have to follow a path of anybody else's life.
Do you feel like you're raising a feminist son?
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay. What does that look like for you?
It looks beautiful. You know, I think it's important as mothers to raise our boys and girls to respect women, you know, regardless of what they do for a living or how they dress or where they come from. We all come from different walks of life.
Where does this go for you in 5 years? Like, where do you see Amber Rose Slut Walk? Is that something that you're going to do every year?
Like Coachella, I wanted to just get bigger and bigger every year. The first year was very difficult, but it was an amazing turnout. A lot of people came. A lot of people understood it. I think next year it'll be more. 5 years, it'll be even bigger.
Always in California, you think? Do you want to take it across the country, maybe tour?
I definitely want to do that. I think probably next year it'll be in California again. I have to see the sponsors. You know what I'm saying? It'll cost a lot of money to fly my team out to the East Coast and fly my mom and fly my baby and fly.
Right.
You know, it's just, I'd rather put all that money into the awareness and get doctors to come in and talk to these women and like really have specialists to help these women that have been raped and victimized and assaulted.
And people didn't talk about that enough, I thought, right? Everybody was so hung up on, not everyone, because a lot of people supported you, but there was a lot of conversation about the name Slut Walk, or, you know, the sign that your mother held out. Talk a little bit more about the work that's being done as a result of what you were able to pull together. So the doctors, the counseling.
Yes. This is a passion of mine. I don't get paid at all. I make absolutely no money from my nonprofit organization, like none. It was simply donations from people that really believed in it. And you know, we worked at least 12 hours a day for you know, I mean, not for nothing, but for no cash. I mean, I think that was like the misconception, like she's doing this for money. And I'm like, if only you knew how passionate I am about this cause, that me and my team worked so hard to get this done for you guys.
Right. And you're passionate because this is something you've experienced.
Absolutely.
Slut shame. What does that do to a woman? How does that make you feel when somebody implies that something's wrong with you because you're sexual?
It made me stronger. It doesn't make a lot of women stronger, though. It makes them feel very weak. So I think that, like, if people fully understood what it meant, they would jump on board. That's why I was so pissed off when, like, I reached out to so many female artists to come and perform, and they're like, no. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You get slut shamed constantly.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's their relationship to...
I think it's just a controversial name. Slut Walk is controversial, but, like, I didn't invent the Slut Walk. There's been Slut Walks all over the world. I'm not going to take an amazing cause and change the name of it because you're uncomfortable.
Right.
I'm going to continue to bring awareness to something that 2 amazing women started in 2011, and just put my name on it because I do have a huge following to bring more awareness to the cause.
So what would your dream lineup for Slut Walk 2016 look like? Who would come speak? Who would perform?
This year that just passed, not only did we have porn stars, we had extremely conservative feminists, we had extremist activist feminists, and we had the everyday girl that just literally had on jeans and a t-shirt when she got raped. You know, we've had Muslim women that came. So it was an abundance of women that came from different walks of life, and that was most important to me. And they all talked to each other, and they all had the same story regardless of where they came from and what they had on. If you have more famous people at an event, it can bring more awareness to the cause, right? So that's initially why I wanted them there, but also because they're women, and also specifically the women that I reached out to have been publicly slut shamed by men, which is why I didn't fully understand why they would say no or try to charge me $40,000 out of my own pocket. It's a nonprofit organization. I'd rather give that to counseling for women than to pay you to come and perform 3 songs. Like, you should just do it because you're a woman and you're dealing with the same shit that I have this cause for.
Amber, who are some of your feminist heroes?
Definitely my mom. You know, that's a difficult question because it's the everyday woman that really, really fights for it's the women that don't really have a voice. It's those women. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that I'm just like, wow, you're still strong. You're still alive. You still, you know, didn't commit suicide because you felt like the entire world was against you. Those are my feminist heroes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.